Oh, what is going on, everybody?
Hello.
It is Picks and Partners here, and welcome back to Professor Layton vs. Venus. Right when we left off, everything was going so well for us. Tearing those witnesses down left and right. We were about to get off with the trial being done and scot-free, and then literally some guy came down and fucked everything up for us.
Yeah, that's right.
So we now have to deal with that.
Well then, we will now continue with the trial of Espella Cantabella.
That guy. All right. Oh boy. Group witnesses huddling up before a joint testimony in a witch trial. You can't make this stuff up.
Nope.
Inquisitor Barnum, if I may ask you a question.
Yes, my lord.
We now have 5 witnesses on the stand, so I must ask, why was this obnoxious-looking man left out of your initial group of witnesses?
I think the answer's right there.
God. All right, what was your voice?
Kind of Irish-ish, if I remember right.
No, he was British.
Well, no, it was a heavy accent.
Yeah.
It wasn't proper British.
No.
Just go with it.
What was it?
Bolded what, Barnum? That's a cold-blooded.
I don't think it was that heavy, but okay. There's but one reason, my lord. I do not know this witness even existed.
Eh?
You, sir, failed to come forward when we were asking for witnesses for this very trial where you nowhere to be seen. You were nowhere to be seen.
Oh.
That's because I didn't hear peep about it. I ain't usually round at night, except for maybe at roast tavern.
So you're basically telling us that you were up all night drinking.
Anyway, so what's under the bridge now, as far as I'm concerned? See the rest of yours truly. During the last
And that's very close to the judge's
I think
voice.
you see why I don't think the voice is quite correct.
No. Oh my god, I don't know then.
No, I'm
man.
pretty sure the voice was heavier in that, like, maybe it wasn't exactly Irish, but it was more closer to that. Because, you know, I think it's playing on the stereotype of Irish people and drinking.
I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look.
It's fine. We'll
I
just
forgot
keep
this
going.
guy existed, otherwise I would have gone back to check.
It's alright, let's just keep going.
During the last interrogation, the defendant brought forth some surprising proof. Namely, that there was little possibility the accused could have used magic. Heard of such a claim? It must be the doing of this logic.
God.
Think of, like, not as heavy on the accent, but think of the, warden in Greatest Attorney 2.
Yeah, but like, he wasn't though.
He was. Like
No,
I said, it's
he
not...
wasn't. This
Yes,
dude.
he was.
What?
Yeah.
I don't remember
I
that.
am 99% sure. It may have been a couple of days since we last did it, but I'm 99% sure that was the area voice.
I'm what?
Just go for it. It's now it's the voice now.
I gotta think of a fucking accent now.
You just Irish. Go with it. Drunk Irish.
I gotta think of an okay. Ugh.
What rubbish! Lord, ick you say, I ain't got a clue what that is. But I do know that this bread baking baker ought to head back to the bakery.
Eloquently said.
Is that?
Oi, Gramps, give me partners over here a chance to speak.
It works because he's drunk.
You want to know how this witch managed to be holding up that scepter, don't ya? What's happening? Oh, when you say Gramps, you wouldn't mean me, would you?
I found that on ancient meetings.
Literally
Anyone else
you!
meaning such a description?
Literally! We'll show you she's a witch.
Oops, wrong button.
I must know his beautiful white coat on it.
On guard. Matt, on guard? Okay.
Oh god.
All right, team, let's do this. Witnesses. I'm
God.
gonna go full blown. Go hard or go home.
Go for it.
It's harder to make it subdued, otherwise
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
Yes, well, let us proceed with the testimonies.
Why do I feel like I've totally lost control of this situation? Because you have. Not that you ever had control in the first place. But the moment you thought you did have control, it was taken away from you.
That's why you're never supposed to think you're in control. It's clear as day. Estella is a witch. We are not going on this.
Well, she dropped the lantern. The scepter was not yet in her hands.
The scepter must have been hidden by magic and carried on her back.
Rose grabbed her by the hand and held the lantern, so she must have had another way of holding that scepter.
That's easy. The girl just put the bucket down on the ground and picked up the witch's magic stick.
Way to go, buddy.
So she had the witch's scepter behind her back. She then dropped the lantern and reached for the scepter after it fell. If that is the case, then it must have been possible for the accused to have used magic.
Oh, this is bad. Thanks to this guy, now all the witnesses seem extra determined to pin this thing on Espella. They each harbor a shared anger towards witches and magic. Such is the cause of their strong desire to see a guilty verdict passed as quickly as possible. However, such confidence is undoubtedly bound to cloud their better judgment and thinking. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think these guys mean any real harm, but
Oh god, he's vibrating.
they're all riled up. They didn't realize how distorted their idea of what happened tonight has become. At least, that's how it seems.
This isn't good, Professor. The witnesses aren't thinking straight. They're completely blind to the truth.
Sir Baker, Sir Wright,
Well, that
Wow,
sounds
yes.
you do not appear to be a mere simple baker. That much is clear.
Thanks.
You're welcome. On the other hand, you are no ordinary defender either.
Thanks? Never before has a defender managed to clash and do battle with me here on this battlefield as an equal. Thanks? Sir Blue Knight, this trial has not yet been decided. If there's any doubt in your interrogation, I will not hesitate to strike your case down where it stands.
Oh.
I understand.
Defender, please begin your interrogation.
Cool. Okay, dokey.
Okay.
Let's see, it's clear as day, spells wedge, not bend down.
Ow.
Nom 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 nom. Not backing down, you say?
Uh-huh, that's right. Espella is a witch. That's our story and we're sticking to it.
Stop eating the flowers. This is a courtroom, Miss Kira, not a cafeteria. We're not interested in your story, we're interested in the truth.
You know what I think? I think stories have the power to touch our lives in really meaningful ways.
So does steak. Eat that instead. But what do you mean?
Okay. Last year I read a book about a flower girl who brought peace to the world with all the pretty flowers she sold. Because of that story, now I tell myself, Kira, one day you'll fill the world with beautiful flowers of your own.
It's so beautiful to lie to yourself like that.
Wow.
I'm throwing so much shade
Here's
today.
a flower for being a... the story inspires me to sell more flowers. It's pretty much the same as this trial.
Debatable.
What a very touching story.
I had to censor myself. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah. Indeed, I have heard a true tale. Wouldn't you agree, Sir Blue Knight? Maybe it's just me, but I'd have preferred something a little more relevant. I'm afraid our logic may do us no good here.
Look so
Move on to the
angry.
next witness, shall we?
Small child.
Alright, John Laren, the scepter was not yet in her hands. Okay. No matter how many times we ask, you still say you didn't see the scepter, huh, Gramps?
He's doing the floating thing. Oh.
I ask you, youngling, are you paying attention to this trial? Yeah? It's kind of my job. Well then, magic made the scepter invisible, did it not?
Thus, my old age clouding up my vision has nothing to do with anything. The scepter actually vanished.
No, what I'm saying is, if it really was invisible, you wouldn't be able to actually prove it.
Not so, young man. We can prove it. The girl is a witch. There is your proof. So, my old age clouding up my memories has nothing to do with anything. The scepter magically vanished, you see.
Okay, we get it. When the lantern fell, you claimed the scepter was still not in her hand yet. So, that means...
The scepter must have been hidden by the magic carried on her back.
Hold it!
The witch's scepter was behind her back.
Well, it's like my little snowflake here. Whenever my darling gets too heavy, I hoist him up and carry him on my back.
You mean your baby goat, right?
Yes, this is the cutest little goat in this entire courtroom, right, precious? There isn't any other goat.
I know it's been asked already, but you didn't see the witch's scepter, did you? And by the way, Maya, I'm the goat. Thank you very much.
Who are you? I'm sorry, Nick, but I think that's me.
Oh, God.
Well, no, but it must have been made invisible by magic and then put on her back. You know, snow is still such a tiny little thing. If I put him on my back, you can hardly see him.
I hardly see the point of that comment.
So the accused grabbed the witch's scepter after the lantern fell.
My man. All right. Grabbed her by the hand that held the lantern, so she must have had another way of holding that scepter. Let's talk about that. Are you all right?
What? Why?
Why? Well, for one thing, you're hiding behind what I assume is a shield.
Well played, Blue Knight. You managed to see through my steel guard technique.
Your steel what technique?
You tried to penetrate the depths of my mind and deceive me once with your witchcraft of words.
Oh my god.
But you will find your words are futile against the strength of my shield, crafted from wood harder than steel. Now then, have at you! Attack me if you dare.
No, just listen a second.
Looking at this sketch, it's quite clear the accused could not have held the scepter in the same hand carrying the lantern. Witness, explain to the court just how the accused held the scepter.
And then you.
Yeah.
I'll just put the bucket down on the ground and pick up the witch's magic stick.
Yeah.
She put the milk bucket down.
That's right. Reckon if she did that, she'd have no problem holding that thing.
Objection!
Hold on. But none of the other witnesses have said anything about seeing her put the bucket on the ground.
But no one said a thing about not seeing her put the bucket down either, right?
I think everyone just said something. Like you said something,
Oh.
you've said something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to question the old man.
Hang on!
He's my favorite.
That weird hang on.
Excuse me, Mr. Wordsmith.
What is it? Oh, boisterous blue one.
Boisterous blue.
Tell me, what do you make of this witness's testimony just now?
That's a new gamer tag right there. Boisterous blue one.
He has stated that the defendant put the bucket on the ground, and other witnesses have never mentioned that.
It might be too long, actually.
Let me tell you something, young man. Long have I lived and prospered.
Okay.
In that time I have forgotten much.
Alright.
Dreams, aspirations, children, even love.
Oh!
I simply forgot about that milk bucket. Like one would forget about a single drop of water within the bucket. That is life.
It's getting all philosophical now.
Thank you for that, Mr. Wordsmith. No further questions.
I still don't understand a single word that comes out of his mouth, Nick.
Sheesh. I guess it's back to the
You?
drawing board.
You understand anything he says?
No. Oh, alright, well, we've got to go all the way back and do that again. And then pick the next person in line. One of them will
Yeah.
surely say something relevant. Put the go down, hold it, and fucking ding dong, wing wong. And the thing pops up.
Yep.
Alright, the person I'll probably trust the most, actually, ironically, would be milk lady.
Yeah.
Especially when she was talking so much about the bucket before. Excuse me, Miss Mary.
Well, you mean staring me?
Tell me, what do you think of the witness's testimony just now? The accused placed the bucket on the ground. No one has said anything about this until now.
Oh, that must be how it happened. The girl probably placed the milk bucket on the ground, yes?
Objection!
Miss Mary, you did not mention anything to that effect in your previous testimony.
Nope.
And yet you clearly stated that the one thing you were specifically focused on, more than anything else, was the milk bucket. Gotcha? Ergo, you should be able to confirm to the court whether or not the bucket really was placed on the ground.
Nick, you used an Edgeworth word.
One's memory is not flawless, Sir Blue Knight. Pay attention to what the witness was saying. The accused probably placed the milk bucket on the ground. There's the possibility such was the case.
Yes, that's right. Isn't it my little cute little cuddle pumpkin? Oh, little cuddle pumpkin.
I knew it.
My little
There's something fishy about her testimony. But, indeed, it would seem we require a decisive piece of evidence. Got to expose the contradictions in these witnesses' testimonies. Yeah, just have to think of what that could be. So we focus on hers then? No, because it's all about the bucket.
We also haven't heard the other two.
True, but it seems like they're probably mostly going to, I mean, I'll do it, but they're probably just going to say random nonsense.
Yeah,
But-
what the old man said was interesting, though. So.
Alright, anyways,
Hang on!
let's try out yours, see if you give us anything new. Excuse me, Miss Kira.
Huh? Yes? What is it?
Tell me, what do you think of this witness's testimony just now? The accused placed the bucket on the ground. No one said anything about this until now.
Why, you're right. How odd. Everyone must have simply forgotten, myself included.
Huh?
But, yeah, Estella definitely did put that milk bucket down. That way she was able to easily grab her scepter and use magic. Easy peasy, right?
The nerve, Nick!
Looks like she's trying to peg Estella as a witch every chance she gets.
Really? I don't know how much more of this testimony I can
She's
stand.
just jealous because Estella's so pretty.
Okay, so let's focus on the last guy here. I mean, this didn't update at all, but okay, we haven't had to use that yet, but that
No.
is here still. Okay, there's the fire and the invisibility on there. Yeah. Covered in mud. I'll just throw the milk bucket, see what happens.
Objection!
Okay, that works. I'll take it. I'm afraid what really happened is not quite so simple.
What? What's she talking about?
It had only just stopped raining moments before the crime took place. As a result, the ground was very muddy. If Miss Cantabella really placed this bucket on the ground like you claimed she did,
Whoa.
then it should be caked with mud just like the lantern was after it fell. Well, I'd say that clears up your muddy testimony, wouldn't you?
Well, Barnum,
What?
you just gonna sit there and look pretty? Come on, give me a hand here.
Flattery will get you nowhere, witness. Other than perhaps in a dungeon. At any rate, there's but one question we ought to ask. Why is there no mud on that bucket? Because she used Wingardium Leviosa. And to the witness with the goat, may I ask you a question?
Whoa! Are you talking to us?
Indeed, you admitted to the court that you returned home with the milk bucket. Illegally, I must add.
My, oh my, such harsh words, Inquisitor.
When you took the bucket home,
Harsh words, it's truth.
you must have simply wiped the mud from the bucket, is that correct? Bitch, don't do it. Don't you do it. You're writing that equation in the air there with your hand.
You know, now that you mention it.
You fuck. No way. Don't tell me.
That milk bucket. That's right. I remember now. I don't know if it was on the bucket was mud exactly, but it certainly was dirty. Before taking it inside with me, I remember wiping it clean with an old rag.
Are you kidding me? Oh, God.
Exceptional work, Inquisitor Bottom.
Right. It all makes perfect sense. See? We were right all along, weren't we, Inquisitor Barnum?
I knew that sword weren't just for show, Barnum. You sliced his argument in two.
Witness, Miss Mary.
What is it?
You're absolutely sure there was mud stuck to this milk bucket?
Am I? But truth be told, I don't remember whether it was mud exactly. But I do remember cleaning the bucket off when I got home. Oh boy. There was blood all over it. It would seem the defense has failed to disprove the witness's claims. Of that, we can be quite certain. Har, that'll teach your Bluey. You got that right. Do me a favor, will you, Gramps? I want to change my testimony just a tiny bit.
Okay.
We'll allow it, only if the witness refrains from name-calling in the future. You got it, my lord. Well, all this court mumbo-jumbo has left me thirstier than a dog in a desert.
God. Sir! How much ale do you have in that thing?
It's an endless decanter of ale. My
Alright. I want to see him and Godot do a chug off.
That was Sarah was holding the stick. I even heard her say the incantation thingy. That's right, I witnessed it all.
Hold it!
Okay, let's see where this goes. But no one knows for sure if Miss Cantabella dropped that milk bucket on the ground. Because there's no mud on it? Is that what you were saying?
Hey, we went over this already. We know that Goat Lady wiped off all of the mud.
Objection!
However, Miss Mary doesn't clearly remember whether or not it was mud on that was stuck on the bucket.
We really don't remember, but maybe... I guess maybe there was mud on it. I mean, she couldn't hold the scepter without putting the bucket on the ground. Right, Snowy?
But Miss Mary, please give a definitive answer.
You all done, Bluey? Talk all you want, cause it ain't gonna help, you see. The five of us, we saw what that witch went and did. We saw it clear as day.
Who spoke up? It wasn't you. Wasn't you. Oh my god, is it the old man? I love
What?
you so much, dog.
What?
Hang on!
Hang on.
What's he doing?
Get back on the ground. Excuse me, mister.
What is he?
I love it. Earth the Gramps.
He looks like a fat pencil when he's turned around.
Defender, when you say grabs, might you by any chance be referring to me?
No, of course not, Your Honor. Mr. Wordsmith, are you listening?
See, pencil.
I heard you quite clearly the first time, young man. This is here all. The crackling of the fire, the whispering of the crowd, and now your voice.
Okay.
If that's the case, then allow me to ask you a question. You were clearly deep in thought just now. Do you have something to say about this man's testimony?
Indeed so, I felt something was amiss. However, what that means I cannot say.
Amiss? Witness, could you tell us What precisely was amiss with this third-rate testimony from this third-rate witness? What a burn, Barnum. I think he's too drunk to realize it, though.
5 heads are better than 1. 10 eyeballs are better than 2. As I listen to this man's testimony, I cannot help but become aware of something most odd. Tonight, when the crime occurred, we all made haste to that terrible scene. The delicious scent of mid-evening dinner permeated through the air. The shadows of those present cast through the dim
He
lights.
sounds like a DM.
I just revealed I am kind of a bit of a cannibal because those 2 men cooking
Oh my
smelled very,
God.
very delicious. And yet, there were but 4 figures standing in that vicinity, myself included.
Please tell me you do remember
4?
him saying it was dinner time. That's why they smelled dinner around.
I know, but I was just
Okay.
hoping that he's like, I smell the roasting of flesh in front of me. Hold on 1 second. You're saying that there were only 4 witnesses at the crime scene tonight?
His eyes may be old, but they know what they saw.
Were you not even there, ma'am?
Is something the matter, Miss Mary?
No, it's just that Snowy and I are trying to remember what happened at the time. I remember the flames erupting into the air. That's when Snowy and I made our mad dash to save the precious milk. When those 2 ruffians were set ablaze, the flames filled the area with light. In that sudden flash of light, we could see that there were other people around besides ourselves. And that's when I saw them. The other people had scrambled to the scene along with us. I'm quite sure of it. There were only 4 of us there at the scene of the crime.
Hold it, madam. What in places is going on? We have 5 witnesses on the stand, all claiming to have witnessed tonight's events firsthand. That means we have 1 witness too many.
Someone's lying.
Oh, shit.
Don't be stupid! Oi! You lot better stop speaking out of turn! All for one and one for all, remember? We promised to take this witch down together, didn't we? It's not quite that simple. We saw.
Well, I say it's all about the numbers, and I counted, I say. I'll have you know my counting is flawless. On nights when sleep eludes me, I can count sheep from moonrise to sunrise.
4 witnesses, 5 witnesses. What difference does it make? Things all started getting muddled when you showed up.
What the? You're saying it's my fault? I was there, you fool! Didn't I just finish saying that?
My testimony is strong as steel, even if it's not completely stainless.
Oh my fucking god.
Order! Order, I said! Order! God! What is going on here? You claim the number of witnesses does not add up. Did you do the math? I have never paid witness to such an outrageous conflict.
Oh.
There is but one answer to this puzzle. A single possibility.
Well, what do you mean?
There it is. He said the thing.
Without a doubt, magic must have been used at the scene of the crime. Furthermore, would it indeed appear that there were only 4 witnesses present at the scene. And yet, currently, we are faced with 5 witnesses testifying to the court. That certainly is quite a fatal contradiction,
Uh-huh.
with only one possible answer. Would you not agree, Mr. Wright? The answer? It can't be.
One of them is the true culprit.
What on earth is the supposed answer, Sir Blue Knight? What's your explanation for the current number of witnesses?
One of them
What?
is the
I was
witch.
I was gonna say one of them is the witch, not the Vavitch, but the witch. Let's fucking hit him with our best shot. While it might seem far-fetched, not the Pokemon, but the reality is actually rather simple. The real witch, and the real murderer in this case, is actually one of these 5 witnesses. What?
What?
Oh yeah, it's always like that when Nick is a defender.
Whoa! You're telling us that the witch is amongst this group of witnesses?
Yeah,
What utter rubbish. There's an impossible way that such a claim could be true.
it always happens. That's right, you've got a lot of nerve accusing one of us of being a witch. We have told you nothing but the truth. And you still have the gall to batter out as an outrageous accusation.
Behold as my trusty shield deflects your petty words like the petty words that they are.
Inquisitor Barnum,
Yes, my lord?
I would like to see a sketch of the crime scene at the time of the incident. Do you have one in your possession?
Yes, certainly, my lord. I have one here. Requested it from the court illustrator, just in case.
Very well, witnesses. I would like each of you to mark your location at the time of the murder. Here on this crime scene sketch. Quickly now!
Except we're gonna wait for 23.5 hours for it to happen next time.
Quickly wait!
Yes, exactly. Quickly hold.
Quickly,
for a
how?
bit.
What? My head! Ow!
Oh no. I just wish, because for a split second I noticed that when it was doing the little zoom out that it does in the courtroom sometimes, Luke cannot see over the bench at all.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no!
Barely the top of his head comes over that thing. He can't see anything past that bench.
Oh, poor small child.
Oh,
Does someone
man.
have, like, a crate I can stand on, please?
You can stand on the milk bucket.
It's no wonder he hasn't been able to say anything. He can't contribute.
Exactly.